Hello, it is Wednesday, it's 1:30, it's time to get well. So hi, this is Chris Pickard at Body in Balance in Brookman's Park in Hertfordshire. And last week I was asked to talk about psoriasis and psoriatic arthritis. So here's what we know about, well, psoriasis first of all. What's psoriasis? Psoriasis is most often it's a skin condition. Well, it is a skin condition, but it's more than just a skin condition. It's an autoimmune skin condition where the outer layer of skin proliferates. You just make too many skin cells. Hello, Cindy. And so very often you see, white patches on the elbows, on the fronts of the knees. It can also be all over the scalp as well. And sometimes it itches, sometimes it doesn't. It's just white and it doesn't look pretty. And for many people, it's not too much of an issue. But in anywhere between 9 and 30%, it also develops into arthritis as well, which again, in some people can be horrendous. But whatever kind of psoriasis you have, it's pretty much of unknown origin as to why it actually happens. It's just put down as an autoimmune condition where the body is attacking itself. Now, if you have watched anything over the past 6-7 months about any of the videos I've watched about autoimmunity, you know that very often it's caused by toxicity and or gut problems and gut health. So very often you have to start, if you have psoriasis, by cleaning out the gut, by making sure the gut's as healthy as it can be possible. You may have leaky gut, so you need to get that fixed. But here are some general, and again, I can do more stuff on leaky gut if you want to know more about it. But here are some general things. If you have psoriasis, especially if it's developed to the arthritic stage, you must avoid the nightshades in your diet. So that's things, that's peppers, aubergines, potatoes, peppers, aubergines, potatoes, peppers, aubergines, potatoes. I've forgotten the other one. That's no good, is it? But you must avoid the nightshade plants, okay? And what's the next one? Gluten as well. Gluten is bad for a number of reasons. One, because it's in wheat, and wheat is full of sugar, and sugar upsets the bowels, and a lot of psoriasis patients realise that when they decrease sugar, there's less inflammation in their body, less inflammation in their skin and their joints, so they have less pain and they have less psoriatic symptoms. The other reason that gluten is bad, apart from the fact that it's just bad for you, is that everything that's got gluten is covered in glyphosate, which is a nasty toxin which makes your bowels worse. It's bad makes autoimmune conditions worse. So avoid gluten. Citrus fruits as well, they tend to cause more symptoms for a number of different reasons. One of them is the types of sugars they contain. And alcohol. Alcohol is nearly always bad for psoriasis. Some people think it's because of the sugar content, others think it's because of the alcohol. However, there's been some findings recently that have actually looked a little bit deeper, and they found that one of the things that happens in psoriasis patients is that they have more kidney disease than people who don't have psoriasis. And they found that the worse the kidney disease, the more likely they are to have the arthritis form, the psoriatic arthritis. So as well as looking after your gut, doing these things, looking after your kidneys may well be a really good thing to do. So one thing that you can do to help look after your kidneys is limit your protein intake. And you may remember that I'm a big fan of something called intermittent fasting and trying to have just as few meals as possible, as close together as possible. Well, when it comes to taking stress off of your kidneys, yes, you can do intermittent fasting, but instead of just trying to have 2 meals in that period or 3 meals, hello Gemma, is you need to probably just break it up into smaller meals. So you're only having at most 10 or 15 grams of protein per serving per time you sit down and eat. So it doesn't mean to say you have to have 6 different meals. You can have 2 or 3 meals, but you just split them into smaller portions. So if you have got psoriatic arthritis, think about doing that is actually using intermittent fasting, because it's good for so many different things. Will decrease inflammation, it helps heal the gut. But instead of having concentrated meals, have meals split apart. And so limiting your protein, decreasing the protein content, there is a rule and a regulation about how to do that. It's basically for every kilogram of your lean body mass, have 1 gram of protein. And you need to calculate your lean body mass by knowing what your body fat percentage is as well. So you need someone who can measure that for you. There are biometric scales in gyms, in all sorts of places, so you can actually work out what your lean mass is. But the other things that are really good for kidneys, there's all kinds of things that are good for your kidneys. Watermelon is really good for your kidneys because it's not too high in sugar, but it's full of water and things that help flush your kidneys through. Kale is very good for your kidneys, especially if you cook it first rather than have it raw, so that you get rid of the goitrogenic, the bad stuff for the thyroid. So kale is good. It's also got some iron in it, and a lot of people with kidney problems tend to be low in iron. There's a whole range of good foods for kidneys, but 2 of them, others that are quite easy to get, are green tea. It seems to be particularly good for kidneys, and also mushrooms as well, particularly the medicinal mushrooms, which is why, yes, we're going to get back once again to fantastic Ganoderma, because Ganoderma, the mushroom of my favorite mushroom, which is in all our hot drinks, is basically is really good. It's good for bringing down autoimmunity, and it's good for your skin as well. So there is a whole range of things you want to actually look at with your kidneys, with psoriasis. And if you want more information on that, then please contact me, and we'll help you out. We'll help you with leaky gut and looking after your kidney. And I think that's going to be a really good way forward if you have psoriasis. Okay, thank you for watching. If you know anyone with psoriasis or psoriatic arthritis, or maybe even kidney problems, please forward this to them. And for those of you in my 365, I will be there shortly, maybe to expand a little bit more upon what I've spoken about today. Be well.